Bomani, it's Mina, it's Michael, and there's a dog. Mike, we talked a little earlier about DeChambeau, Bryson DeChambeau. You know, he gotten all swole, and I was just kind of joking that he saw Koepka and was like, "No, I'm going to be the swollest." But is that kind of what happened?
I just know that if the PGA Tour actually has a swole off, I want you to be one of the judges out there. But look, there's some irony to the fact that Bryson and Brooks had some words at the Northern Trust a little while ago where Brooks made comments about Bryson being a slow player.
What I don't understand is if I hit it in the water, I have to take a penalty stroke. It's in the rule book. And then you have 40 seconds to hit a shot. That's in the rule book too. So I don't want to take a penalty shot. I mean, so where is that's in the rule book? They're all in the rule book. So figure it out and penalize somebody. It seems now there's so many sports psychologists and everybody telling everybody that they can't hit it until they're ready, and that you have to fully process everything. And I mean, I take 15 seconds and go, and I've done all right. So I don't understand what they're. It's just frustrating as a player. When you're out there, you know, sometimes they might be trying to decide what club to hit. Well, you've had a day to think about it, and it's pretty clear what the tee shot is. So,
I hate it. But when people start talking to me about slow play and how I'm killing the game, I'm doing this and that to the game, that is complete and utter you know what. That's not fair, you know. And look, I'm not really that sensitive of a guy. I don't get hurt by a lot of things. It's not like I'm throwing clubs and slamming clubs, you know. This is a conversation about playing golf in a certain time manner. If we really want to talk about this, if we really want to do something about this, let's look at the other people that are associated to it. So, for example, we've got 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes to walk to the next shot for most tour players. It's how long it takes. Go look it up. Some players take 25 seconds, 20 seconds. Cool. I take 30 seconds on average. You can look that up. So yeah, I'm going to take a little bit longer because that's my job. I'm supposed to provide entertainment for you guys so you guys can have a good time watching it. That's not fair when people are putting me in a bad light, guys. I'm trying to do my absolute best. I'm trying to provide entertainment. And I hope that people can realize that it takes more than just me playing a shot in 30 seconds or 40 seconds for us to call it slow play. Well, there's times that absolutely it does take me a little bit longer. But if you watch me, if you seriously do your due diligence and watch me walk from tee shot to tee shot, I'm the first guy up to the ball. Think about this now, guys. If, let's say, I hit a shot past a guy that's in the fairway as well. I go up there, I'm maybe 10 yards ahead. I can't go walk in front of him because that's kind of not good etiquette, right? The other thing, too, is I'm waiting probably 15, 20 more seconds for them to get there. That's a huge issue, too. So now you add on 20 seconds there. You add on me taking 10 more seconds because they hit their shot, then I go get my numbers. 10 more seconds to do that. You got 30 seconds that's already gone that you can't account for.
Did any players say anything to you to your face between last
Oh, no.
and...
Nope, not one.
So how do you read that if there are players saying things?
People say things behind people's back all the time, you know.
And then Bryson walked up onto the tee, on the practice tee, and Brooks's caddy was there, but Brooks wasn't around. So Bryson went over to Brooks' caddy and said, "Hey, man, you tell your player if he got something to say, he should say it to my face." And he walked away, probably thinking that was the end. See, Brooks don't roll like that. So, of course, when Brooks rolled out, his caddy was just, "Yo, you ain't going to believe this." Bryson just rolled up and said, "If you got something to say." He probably didn't even finish that sentence, and Brooks was high-stepping right over to Bryson and said right to his face what he had to say. Now, this is when Bryson was not swole. So this all went down. Next thing you know, that winner, we get to the Hero World Challenge, and Bryson now is a little jacked up and has put on 20, 30 more pounds since then. So the theory is Bryson being called the scientist is like the golf nerd, got sand kicked in his face and decided you ain't kicking no sand in my face no more, and just started protein shaking it up. And so now, even now, Brooks still makes fun of the fact, he's like, "Hey, protein shakes, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man." Like, so let's just say the two of them are not friends. They're not going to be hanging out anytime soon. Brooks is not going to stop working out. And Bryson said he wants to get a little bit bigger. So that swole contest might happen.
I love this because as I understand, Bryson's whole thing is that he's swole for science and physics and because he's into math. But what you're saying is it's just a bro thing. It's just about testosterone, which is, it's like the most dude story ever. Didn't it spill over onto social media at one point?
Oh, yeah. Brooks is not afraid to throw some stuff out there. And he also got caught at a tournament. He didn't know he was on camera, and I asked him about this too. Bryson was asking for a sketchy free drop because, you know, fire ants are considered a dangerous animal. So Bryson at one tournament was like, is that an ant right there? Do I get it? He was saying it was, but never mind. And then Brooks.
7 on the par 5 third. He bounces back with a couple of birdies. He seems to think he's going to get a drop. I mean, he's looking like, where am I going to drop this thing? You know what? I shouldn't try to get in Bryson's head. I'd get lost in there. So, rules official, Ken Taggart. By the way, this is, I would.
Hey, so I know there's burrowing animal stuff here, especially ants. I see a red ant right here. I'm stepping right on it. So you got, I don't know what this is, but then there's some holes right here with ants in it coming out of it. There's an ant just scrubbed into the bush. There, see that? So right here. Yeah, I'd like to see. Yeah, I'm going to drop this on it. Usually the test for fire ants. I see them going around. Let's just see what happens. There's a few of them coming out. That's what I was thinking. It's a different color. It looks like an ant hole or ant area.
No, it's I mean, I see the coloration difference. I just don't see, Bryson, I don't see. I mean, there's a couple down there, but those aren't. I don't see fire ants.
Well, there was one that scrummed up through over here. It was here, and then it scrummed up over here.
I mean, it's your call, but
yeah. I don't see any fire ants in the sense that would be, a dangerous situation. I mean, they're not, definitely.
What about the hole behind the field right there?
Anything right there? What is this thing? There's 2 of them.
Obviously burrowing something.
Yeah, and now it's just an animal hole. I'm just gonna mess with this one because it's not your deal. I don't see anything that would say identified as what it is, or know that it's an animal hole in that situation.
I mean, okay, all right. I guess
that's not a burrowing animal hole. It is or isn't, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is or isn't. That's what you. Yeah, so I mean, there's a red ant coming out of it, right there. But a couple of them.
I get the situation.
Yeah, for sure.
But what's the ruling?
Well, it's either a hole or it's not. I mean, an animal.
Is that a hole?
An animal hole or not? So, it's definitely a hole. I mean,
is it an animal hole?
I don't see it as that.
Well, how big does it have to be to constitute an animal hole?
I mean, you have different sizes for, it doesn't have to be,
I mean, to me, it's a burrowing animal hole. I mean, I know, I get the situation. If the situation didn't exist, it'd be a burrowing animal hole. In my opinion. Yeah. Okay. What do you think?
Take your stance, Bryson, real quick. I mean, it doesn't interfere with your stance, regardless, anyway. But it's not an animal hole.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Will. Okay. 29 total.
I'm gonna just try and play.
Yeah, is that a root? There's a root there too.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very careful. Okay. I gotta get a little steep on it. Just kind of punch.
What are we trying to do? That's sort of right. Correct.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Be careful.
A for effort. Yep. And I have no idea what how this ball is going to react.
the exact opposite way I think it's going to go.
Yeah, that one's going to be tougher than even John Rahm's shot.
And then Brooks was in the rough one time and told his caddy, "Hold up, there's an ant." And his caddy was like, "What?" And he goes, "I'm just kidding." Was in the rough and he didn't even know he was on camera. "Hold up, he was just doing it." His caddy was like, to make fun of Bryson, and he didn't even know he was on camera. Just by himself, like he just like to make fun of Bryson. Brooks is not afraid to throw the needle just by himself. Like he just like that. So Bryson actually, he really is not afraid to throw the needle on social media. But I will say this: trying to do this. Bryson actually, he really is a scientist. But like I said, he's really underneath all of that scientific method of when the nerd gets sand kicked on their faces at the beach. Underneath all of that, they might start going when to the nerd gets sand kicked on their faces at the beach. And look, they might start going. If you think basketball fights are horrible, so and look, if you think basketball fights are basketball players fight and not like praying mantis, just a lot of flailing. I would say when basketball players, if you thought their fights were bad, can you imagine if golfers really trying to throw down? It would look like the 1900. Can you imagine if golfers really trying to throw down? It would look like the 1902.
Hold it back.
Yeah, that'd be the caddy. Like, hey, how come you're not jumping in here?
Hold me back.
Yeah, that'd be the caddy. Be like, hey, how come you're not jumping in here? Hey.